There can be no double standards regarding Ukraine, whether we are talking about Gaza or about Ukraine. And I believe that in this regard, if I may speak on behalf of both countries, both Slovenia and Spain, we are being consistent when we defend the same position and maintain the same coherence on one side as on the other. Good morning. We are advancing this agenda both in Brussels, within the EU institutions, and also in the multilateral forums in which we participate. And I honestly believe that we not only have the leeway, but also the potential, in addition to the responsibility, to further deepen that relationship in the current international context we are experiencing. Regarding Gaza, you know that both Slovenia and Spain share a clear view on the dramatic, catastrophic situation that the Palestinian people are going through. Exactly 1 year ago, both countries recognized the state of Palestine. We have always said that this recognition, our position on Gaza, is not against the people of Israel. We, of course, condemn the attacks by Hamas. We demand the urgent release of the hostages still being held captive by Hamas. But of course, if we stand for anything, it is for international humanitarian law, international law, peace, and the peaceful coexistence between peoples. That is why, from Spain, on May 28th, we recognized the state of Palestine, and Slovenia would do so as well on very similar dates. We both agree that the two-state solution is the only possible solution. To those who often believe that the two-state solution is not the answer, we should ask them, as the Secretary General of the United Nations often says, then what is the alternative? There is no alternative to peaceful coexistence between Israel and Palestine as two states. And we also both agree on the need to raise our voices against the flagrant and daily violation of human rights and the more than 50,000 lives lost due to the relentless attacks by Israel against the Palestinian population over the past year and a half. I believe that yesterday at the United Nations Security Council, we witnessed an absolutely dramatic and moving scene for all of us who cherish international law, the international order, and the multilateral system. An ambassador broke down in tears, overcome during his speech, precisely in response to the indifference of the international community to the abuse his people are suffering. And as you know, we advocate for the entire European Union to join in the arms embargo against Israel, the suspension of the association agreement, since we believe that Article 2, which concerns respect for human rights, is being violated. Therefore, we also support extending individual sanctions, as both of our governments are advocating. There can be no double standards regarding Ukraine, whether we are talking about Gaza or about Ukraine. And I believe that in this regard, if I may speak on behalf of both countries, both Slovenia and Spain, we are being consistent when we defend the same position and maintain the same coherence on one side as on the other.
Today we have signed a special declaration on the first anniversary of the recognition of the Palestinian state, and it is a declaration in which we emphasize international humanitarian law, which must always be a priority. That is why we are calling for a ceasefire, the release of the hostages, and the immediate delivery of humanitarian aid. I believe that in the coming weeks we will see some progress in this regard. We think that in June there will be many meetings on this issue, and we hope that there will be some light at the end of the tunnel, right? Some relief for the people of Gaza. In this regard, I must say that the policies of our two countries are in complete harmony. I firmly believe that security does not only mean acquiring weapons, buying armaments, it has to do with strengthening the resilience of societies in general. And that includes a positive foreign policy, as well as strengthening social cohesion within each country. This is the only way in which we as countries can aspire to be more secure and make the European Union safer. For me, it is an honor. It is an honor to see that we share the same points of view. We are both concerned about this issue. I personally am also very concerned about the future, and I wonder, well, what will the upcoming NATO summit bring us? But we are friends, and we have to keep working together. Thank you.
Hona,